Yeah, hi Shagun. So I think all join. Now we can continue with the CCNA session. So guys, welcome to Networkings. And from today, it's an introduction session for CCNA 200-301. And Shagun is a trainer. She gonna continue with the this entire session for CCNA 200-301. Yeah, Shagun, over to you. Will just continue.
Okay, sir, thank you so much. And I also welcome you all, and I hope everyone is doing well. So, this CCNA session is going to be for people who are interested to have some, maybe they are passionate about computer networking, or further they want to go for cybersecurity or any other domain. So, this is the basic and this is the building block for further your job profile also. And now it would depend like whatever we will be covering in the session. So definitely there will be so many small elements that will be the part of the whole curriculum. So we will be starting with like how internet would work. So by end of the course you can expect yourself what will be the technicalities going behind the system whenever you type www.google.com. So it will not be just you will not be just a user of that google.com as a website. So you can see what are the various kind of traffic is going on from here and there. So that is the overall agenda. And moreover, CCNA can be the very first certification of your life also. So if you want to go for the very first one, I mean in networking department, so you can it is a good decision to start with the CCNA. So CCNA is the first certification in networking department. You can go for it. And after that, depending upon your interest, some people go for the cybersec department, or some people can continue with the CCNP and all. But understanding networking, so that is the very first point, and that is what our aim will be over here. So I just want to know, is everyone, because I see it's a lot of participants over here, just want to know how many of you are from the computer science background, because this is the core computer science background topic. But believe me, I had some trainees who are from not even just computer science, they are the part of agriculture, they are part from civil and all. So believe me, this is not one of the barrier. But yeah, how many of you are from computer science only? That's my question. You can just raise your hands if you just want to let me know. Okay, okay, fine. All right. So guys, allow me just a minute. I have to share my screen. Just allow me 1 minute. So yes, I think my screen is visible to all of you or not?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
visible.
It is visible.
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, this platform is quite difficult as compared to Zoom and all. So let's say we will be starting with computer networks. Can you see what I'm typing over here?
It's too small, and it is.
Okay, but I think it is not visible to you
Computer
even.
network.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay, okay. So now it's okay, visible.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, we are into CCNA. So this is one of the Cisco Certified Network Associate examination. So I'm not going to type the whole full form. Cisco Certified Network Associate. This is the name of your certification. So this certification will be I mean, it will be talking you about how you understand about computer networks and all. So first of all, my idea is, let's say I'm going to visit one website. It is called https://www.google.com. So this is just a website for people who want to Google something, they want to search something. So when you are a network associate, you will be able to understand what are the various things going on. So first of all, there is something called OSI and TCP IP model. So whatever we are doing, right now we are on the live session. So this live session is again going through the rules of OSI and TCP model. You will be learning like how layer by layer our data is actually transmitted from source to destination. Another one is you will be learning about various kind of IP addressing. So for example, we being human, we know each other by name. So let's say you all know me by the name of Shagun, and let's say one of you will be naming as let's say somebody is called ABC. We know each other because when I have to convey my message, I know who is the destination. So I want to convey my message to person whose name is ABC. So here the source and destination, these tags matters a lot. In the world of computer networks, now if I want to carry on with my example. So let's say I have to open this www.google.com. Do you know what is happening? First of all, where this, how, whenever you are hitting enter after this, what is happening and who is giving you the Google's page? So that is the one, that is the agenda of this course, so that you can understand, you can identify what are the various terminologies that are being covered over here. What is a server, why you are going for Google, and why the server is coming into picture, and why server only who is giving you this web page, not why not any other device. Then another one is how server is identifying you. So we can say client and server thing. How server, you are able to reach server, and let's say Google server is right now in US, but we are in India. So if the packet is means any data that we are actually searching on internet, if we are in India and our packet is supposed to go to USA server, now where in USA, why this packet is not getting lost anywhere, why it is hitting the right server? So that is because it is very well identifiable, because it has a proper IP address. So just because we human know each other through name, so these machines know each other through IP addressing. So this is internet protocol IP addressing, normally we call it. So this is the originated by IANA. So that is the authority, International Authority for Network Addressing and all. So they have I mean, they are responsible for, if you are, for example, if I'm opening one company and I want to buy one IP address, so that will be the stuff. And by the way, surprisingly, this google.com is nothing but it is again one IP address only. So let's say my Google's IP address that I want to go is 8.8.8. Okay, so this IP address is just given as the name as google.com. So again, this is one more terminology, we call it URL. We some other terminologies that we will be covering through websites and all. We will be going through the domain names. What is a domain name? What is a URL? And why we human don't type IP address? For example, if I want to go to Google Chrome, why I'm not typing 8.8.8? Why I'm going for google.com? Reason is we cannot remember all those mathematical numbers all the time. Just for as an ease to remember those, we go for the naming structure. So this is called domain name. And how this domain name will be identifiable over the internet. So there is one more term, again terminology wise, it is called a DNS server. So DNS will be the person who will be responsible for converting this domain name into one IP, because ultimately IP is the language of all the network devices. So this is just terminology wise. There are too many things that I can talk you about. So, but if you are, for example, something is called a network, another one is called internet. What is the difference between these two? And how you will correlate one network? When you say social network, what is a social network? How many of you use a social network? Facebook, Insta, so many, right? So what is that network? What is the common between computer network and a social network? Am I audible to all of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So social network or computer network, they both have similarity because they are talking about interconnections, right? So for example, if I'm using Facebook, so what I'll be doing on Facebook, I have my Facebook profile, I have my own friends, so where I can share my photos, I can upload, I can comment on their photos and all. So because they are connected to me, that is why I say this is my group. Similarly, when you have a network means it is a collection of interconnected devices. For example, in my company, I have 4 department: IT, HR, operations, and production. So let's say out of them, IT department, I have one floor, let's say floor number 2, I have dedicated to them, and there all the machines and all the staff member and whatever the machine or laptops they are using, they are coming under one network. So this network is called interconnected. So these are the interconnected devices who are able to talk to each other. But network is not one something called internet. So internet is different than network because internet is a network of networks. Okay. So for example, this is just one group. This group is connecting local devices. So for example, in the same room you have some LAN users. So there is a term called LAN. It is called a local area network. Local area network means because they all are connected to each other and they do not need internet. So LAN can be running without internet, but internet cannot be running without LAN. So that means internet is the building block for internet is network, but a LAN or the normal network, it has nothing to do with it, internet. So it is like we are living in a city where that city is it is not possible, like every city will be the part of a country also. So it might be like that city is not even the part of anyone. So there are some people who are interconnected to each other and they don't want to talk to anywhere in the globe. So this is called a LAN or local area network. So it is like independent interconnection between all the devices. But now if we want to travel from one building to another, or from India to US or India to UK, so that time we have to have the interconnection between broader areas. So that will be the the idea will be internet. So you have to have the internet. When you talk about internet, so there are some terminologies. We talk about ISPs. What is an ISP? How many of you use mobile data or internet?
Indian internet service providers.
Yeah. And
Service provider.
what are the ISPs in India?
Jio,
Like
Airtel.
Yeah.
Geo,
Tier one,
Airtel,
tier one is Jio, Airtel. Tier
Yep.
two,
Yep.
Alliance,
And
Digital
okay.
Hathaway.
Yes. So now the question is how they are allocating that internet to us, how we all are allowed to use internet. So let's say we
Through
are,
fiber physical connection.
yes, because we are able to connect with the different devices over the internet. So for example, if you want to play one YouTube video and all, so you have to have the internet connection. And how you are connecting with those all servers. And now one more.
wireless.
What is a server? How we classify a server? Let's focus on these two terminology. One is server and ISP. ISP is something that is giving you the internet, but this internet is basically, we are most of the time, so let's say 99.9%, the internet traffic is a web traffic. Okay, so web traffic means we are searching something on the Google only, not Google, we are on the websites. So this is called web traffic. When you are using https://www dot any website, let's say google.com again. So this is what the idea will be. So this is called a web traffic, which is whatever is starting with this one, it is a web traffic. So who is responsible for giving you the Google page? Obviously, Google's server. But without internet, is it possible to reach Google server? No. So ISP is the way how you can actually got your server's response from your, I mean from your request. This is called your ISP service. So they do have some sort of services. They will be allowing you some kind of data allowance. This data allowance will be responsible and will be depending upon whatever your requirements are. Okay, so these requirements are further called rules, or we simply call them filterizations in terms, sorry, yes. See, so every normal thing that we used to do on our internet, we do have a technical explanation for every single thing. If I have to recover all those terminologies, we will be, first of all, let's start with what is a network, what is an IP address, how you will be reaching from one place to another, that is called routing. Routing can be done in different ways. Something is called static routing, another one is called your dynamic routing. Under dynamic, you will be responsible for various routing protocol. What is a protocol itself? It is a very big discussion. Protocol means how the routing will be done. What are the different ways, process. So when we say I need to open my bank account, there is a protocol that I have to follow by the bank, whatever. So this is a rule, terms, conditions. We do have some routing protocols. It is called RIP version 1, version 2. Then we do have OSPF. Then we do have BGP. These are the routing protocols that we normally do. And when we are okay with these all things, now next step is we have to understand why we say we are using a secure channel to encrypt our data. So this is called encryption and also decryption. Okay, so encryption means, let's say I'm sending any one of you just a hi message. So this is, I'm saying hi. So this this is called a clear text message, because anyone throughout the internet, they can read this message. How somebody can actually read your message? So we do have certain tools. One of them is called Wireshark. And some, let's say not Wireshark, let me go for the packet sniffing tools. We do have some kind of called packet sniffing tools. So anyone over the internet means your packet, your data is totally free for the users. Whosoever is also using the internet, they can make use of any sniffing tool. They can search, like, okay, whatever you are sending, not you, they can target your whole network also, like what is really going on in your network. So this packet sniffing tool, actually, you cannot control them to sniff into your network or sniff into your system. Sniff means entering into your system or checking whatever you are doing. But yes, whatever you can do, rather than sending hi, you can just send these kind of symbols. So if I'm saying and star, that means this is not a clear text information, it is encrypted one now. So let's say we are on the live session now, and if I start talking a language that you don't even understand, what will be the purpose? Nothing, right? It will be secured, yes, nobody will be able to make sense out of it. I will be super secure, but
Excuse me.
yeah,
We are unable to see your screen.
Okay. Yeah, ma'am. We are unable to see your screen.
nobody is able to see my screen.
No.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, it is okay for me.
Okay. So I don't know how it happened. Maybe.
It's visible now.
Okay. So fine. I was talking about if I have to say hi, this is a clear text message. So this message can be seen, like it can be sniffed it can be sniffed from anyone over the internet, right? So for example, if there are some tools who will be strong enough to check like whatever you are sending from your PC or from your laptop over the internet, they can read your emails. In fact, they can even reply on behalf of you also to the other person to whomsoever you are talking with. So this is called sniffing tools. Okay. So now we don't want to have this clear text information. Let's encrypt it. So the idea is encryption means you are not saying hi in the clear text. So it is not a readable format. It is unreadable. So unreadable means now if something is, sorry.
So I have one question.
Hmm?
It will called like attack fire attackers like
Yeah.
packet sniffing tools
Yes.
attackers.
It is an attack only. You go to any tool that can sniff your packets. You go for the packet capture. Anyone can check where are you coming from. Again, the idea will be IP address. If your original IP address is totally shown on the internet, so half of the job is already done from an hacker's point of view. So they can use any techniques. We do have multiple techniques to mimic the behavior of a client. So for example, what will happen if I'm opening a website that is related to my banking, so somebody who is sniffing my network or somebody who is actually trying to attack me, they can read my messages, and then after that they can simply replay those all messages, and bank server will be thinking about it's me who is talking to the server, but actually this is not me, that is an attacker. So to remove such kind of mess up, so there is a terminology, it is called encryption or decryption, or we simply called it secure channel communication.
So is it comes in like ethical type also, like there are two types of hackers. One is ethical and one is like illegal type.
Yes, definitely. They will be open to attack. Ethical hacking means some legal hacking. Legal hacking means if I have a company and you are a certified hacker, let's say you are certified from EC Council, and I am calling you just because I want to test my security system, like how secure the system is. That's all about. But hacking means something like stealing something, right? It is not a very good habit. But yeah, now the idea is we will be doing about this encryption and all. So there is this very important topic in computer networks. It is called IPsec and also your VPNs. So in CCNA, we will be covering the basics of IPsec, and the detailed version of IPsec is further available, I think, maybe on CCNP side also. So, but this is the building block. Even if you want to go for further, certification, let's say you want to go for Palo Alto firewall one day. So whenever you will be going for Palo Alto firewall learning, you will be working as the network engineer, or sometime you can be the part of technical assistant center. So we call it the tech engineer. So if you are going for this one and you don't know the basic of IP addressing, routing, this encryption, decryption, IPsec. So this is kind of meaningless thing. So it will be just increasing your mental stress, nothing else. Okay. So IP address routing. Then one more thing is, let's say I want to give you one example. So the idea is there is a family, right? There is a house, and there are, let's say, 5 people in that family, and none of them is allowed. I mean, not all of them are allowed to go outside, but except the main person who is the head of the family. So that person, let's say it is name is H. So that is the only person who is able to go outside that room. Or maybe, let's say, if anyone is watching at the ID card of that person, if it is H, then only they are allowed to travel from that house to other houses, or even from the other cities. But when it is not H, it is other than maybe A or whatever, it is not allowed. But only here the matter is, whatever the person, they don't know each other by names, they just know the checking, the security is being done on the basis of ID card. Now what do you think, what will be the solution? Because ultimate, we want all these 5 people, they can travel to world. There is a way how you can make these 5 people travel. So by face, nobody knows them. There is just ID. They have to prove themselves they are the H. Getting my point or not?
No.
Okay. So for
Once
example,
again, ma'am.
yeah.
Once again, ma'am, what you raised the question once.
Okay, let's say there is a family. There are 5 people. Person 1, person 2, person 3, person 4, and person 5. Out of them, person 1 is having the only provisions to go out or travel. Okay, so these 4 people, they are not having the provisions, they cannot travel. So now the check is, prerequisite is, if anyone can prove they are P1 as a person, then it will be allowed for them to travel. So for example, let's take they are stealing the ID of person 1. It's okay, right? They can go, because nobody is knowing them by face. Only it is a matter of showing like you are person 1. How you would say you are person 1?
By taking his ID card.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say I'm person 2 in the same family, and I have stolen the ID of person 1. Now I have that ID card, and there is no I mean photo and nothing, but it is only saying it is person 1. Check. Okay, so whosoever will be going for it, it will be just mentioning it is person 1 only. So person who will be saying it is ID of that guy, you are allowed to go. So in computer network, this is called network address translation. So it is called NATing, or simply we call it NAT only. Okay, so that means these people can go out of your network only if they will be mapping themselves like they are a particular IP address. So now the problem is, what do you think, why all IPs are not, they cannot travel on internet? So fact is, not every IP, not every IP is allowed to go to internet. That no matter you do have internet connection or not, but if you are having no proper IP, you will not be able to reach internet. And here comes the technical reason why you have an ISP. Whenever you will buy, let's say you are using your mobile data, so your ISP is indirectly giving you a very special IP. That IP is the reason why you are able to go to internet. Otherwise, there is nothing else your ISP is actually doing for you. So we do have two categories of IP address. One is called private and another one is called public. So this is what the restricted area. All these person 2, 3, 4, 5, you can imagine they are belonging to the private IP address class. If they are belonging into the private, no internet. But only if they are public, yes, internet is possible. So it's a yes. That is the overall idea. Like what kind of IP you have, that also matters a lot. How many of you have some idea like what is a public IP or what is the private? And normally, where do you see this IP address? Has any one of you seen any kind of IP address so far?
Yeah, I saw IPs
Yeah,
because I was working in low voltage systems. So
Mm.
I know, I have an idea about it. Public IP, it gives you access for the internet for any system you want to access it from outside. Private
Yes.
IP to hide the IP, because when hackers you want to make it secure, because when hackers know the IP, he can, if he know the commands and the procedure, he can access it. But if it's secured, he need a physical connection to enter it and to know the data, to know how to hack it.
Okay. Yes. May I know who was talking?
Abbas Ramadan.
Okay, Abbas. Yeah, thank you very much. That was a genuine discussion. So yeah, so IP address means it is like the name of the devices over the internet. So if I'm saying I have to go google.com, okay, if I want to go google.com, that's what I'm saying. I have to go to IP of google.com. Okay, because our machines, our laptops, or our computer system, they don't know what is google.com. So first of all, Google's IP will be coming into picture. So let's say this is my IP of Google. So after that, it will search this IP all over the world. Now, if I say Abbas is the only one in whole world, if I will be shouting out for Abbas, definitely in this group, if you are the only Abbas, you will reply me back. But what will happen if there are 10 Abbas? How will I recognize who is who's who? I mean, who's the genuine one?
By giving numbers like the IPs, we have VLANs, let's say a security system, CCTV system,
Yeah.
okay, and we have 20 cameras. We will make the IPs from 1 to 20, okay, and not from 1 to 20. Let's say, wait, we have 20 cameras, make it 13, because you want the server to give the server IP and the MVR IP and the cameras, and make some spare IPs.
Okay. Okay, fine. Abbas, this is actually, I think you are going too technically high. It's okay. So my idea is, if what will happen if there are multiple of Google's IP are available for internet, then how your system will decide which one is the right one that I have to go. So that is, first of all, it should be a public IP. Public IP means even google.com is browsable for me also, for you also. Anyone who wants to go to google.com, it is allowed to them to go for. So this is the example of public IP because Google is using the public IP. But if you are using private IP, you are just a worldwide known personality, but inside your LAN. So it is a LAN restricted. Now, when we say LAN, we are saying only inside the company or in the same building or in the same room, but definitely not on internet. Public IPs are the IPs who are basically your ISPs or the other neighborhood of your ISPs. So this public IP, it is all about your internet. So your internet is nothing but all the connected public IPs with each other.
WAN for public IPs.
Yes, yes. WAN is all about public IP. And one more thing is when we talk about public versus private, private is basically free. But when you have to go for public, you have to buy it. It is not free. So let's say if I want to create my website, that website is nothing but one of the IP address only, right? So that IP address, I want anyone who wants to go to my website, they just simply type my website address, and that will be mapping to my IP, and that IP is the same. That is a public one. So I have to buy that IP. That will be always a permanent stable IP that everyone can go for it. So that is not free, but private is free.
So I have a question, Shagun. Whenever we make a website, so then we have to register our IP, right? So does it comes in private or public? Because everyone can access that website.
Hmm. Yes, same website. Let's say you and me, coincidentally, you created the same content. I mean, not content, but we were trying to create a website, and I called my website abc.com. And coincidentally, you are the other user who has also sponsored the same thing. You are also selected this name only for your website, right? So, what will happen? This we can create multiple websites. No, that is not a matter. The problem is whenever you will be going to buy the IP for your domain, this is called a domain, I mean for your website. Whenever you will be going to buy the IP, they will only be giving you, for example, we can have the name similar, but my IP, let's say my IP is 1.1.1, I'm just giving you an example, and your IP is 2.2.2. So now, whatever the website I do have, guys, put yourself on mute, please, whosoever is not. So whatever the IP is, I have to buy my IP as per the this whatever IP I'm using. So definitely not two machines over the internet who are using internet and still having the same IP. This is not possible. I mean, how many trillions or whatever the users right now, there is one thing that is guaranteedly sure, none of them is having the same IP till date, whosoever is on the internet. Okay.
Hey Shagun, quick question here actually. Are you gonna use same tool for the presentation henceforth?
No, this is not
I'm really
the.
not able to view anything that you're typing on.
Okay. No, actually, this will not be the presentation. I mean, we are just going for the demo. We are giving the overall idea, like what will be the future, like what we will be covering. PPTs will be starting when we will start the course, actually. So this is just an introduction to the
No.
networking.
I'm not talking about the PPTs, the sessions that are being conducted. Are you going to use the same tool or you're going for some different tool? Because this is really not working for me. Actually, I really cannot visualize anything that you're typing on.
Okay, is it common to all of you also? Is it not visible?
I think most of them have
Okay.
actually written it in the message too. So can you please try?
Okay,
Might
maybe
be
it's
Nidhi, you
on.
are watching
It
on
is
mobile.
visible to me, ma'am. Means the screen is clear. No.
Visible to me.
Maybe Nidhi, you can check your internet connection. So
Visible also.
yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I already did it and it's working fine for me. I mean, the net is fine. The data connectivity is good for me. I already
Okay,
checked.
no issues. But for sure, just to answer your question, we will not be using the same stuff. I mean, I'm just on the notepad right now. So we will
Okay.
definitely be not on the notepad all the same time. We will be using our labs also, and we will be using some other tools. So this is definitely not going to be on notepad. Okay, don't worry.
Okay, thanks. Fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I share
Shagun,
some?
just can I conclude? Means the URL cannot be two similar to IP addresses, right? Because I am
Yes.
not searching IP. I am just searching while opening Chrome. I am just
Hmm.
opening the domain
Yeah.
like google.com. So those
Hmm.
will also not be repeated, right? They will be
Yes.
used. Okay.
Never ever. Never
Okay.
ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. So ultimately, URL is nothing but an IP only. So URL is basically for people like us, because we cannot type
Yeah.
these ones. So definitely, if IPs are not same, so URL can never ever be the same. So, but yes, I was saying, like, let's say coincidentally, if two people, they are going to request, like, I want this IP, is this website for me. So definitely they will ask you first to change your URL, and this is not possible because they have already allocated this one to this IP. It will be IP based mapping. So it is not possible. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So another one is, when we are talking about computer networks and all, there is a very important topic that normally we have some issues with, and inside IP addressing only. So we call it binary conversion or binary number system. Okay, so this binary number system, because whatever the IP address, how many IP addressing we do have? IPv4 and IPv6. IPv4 means we do have 32 bits over here. What about IPv6? Yes, anyone?
128 bits.
Yep.
64 bits hexadecimal.
So, okay, I'm not going into that discussion, otherwise we will end up somewhere else. Let's stick into IPv4 first. So here we will be talking about 32 bits at the same time. So for example, this IP address, whatever I have mentioned over here, I have divided these. There are four subsections: 1.1.1.1, or maybe let me give you some other example: 10.0.0.1. That might be one of the other examples also. So I have four numbers: 10, 0, 0, and 1. Okay. So these, every we call it octet. So it is a 32-bit number. And whenever we talking about IP addressing, we should be super comfortable about binary number system also. So this is one of the building block for understanding your IP addressing. Okay, so this will be the most interesting part also, and most challenging also, because most of the people, they will get confused here. But this number system, it's really it is a blissful task. Actually, it's really an enjoyable thing when you will pay some attention.
Hey, lecture.
Sorry, who was talking?
Sorry, it's me. I was just while ago 30 the IPv is 128 bits,
Okay.
and so the 32 bits it is in there are 8 bits, and it's in every separated that there is 8 bits.
Okay. All right. Uh, Actually, I was not able to listen you properly. Maybe your voice was getting broken.
Okay.
Do you? Okay. So if you have question, you can just repeat your question.
No, it's okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. So now let's say, if I say I have, uh, I have a sort of a shopping list with me, and where I can estimate it will be costing me 50K. Okay. So how we all understand this 50,000, whatever my currency is? So that means we are following a number system, right? So we are following the number system. We human, the number system that we are following, it is called decimal number system. So in normal line, deci means 10. Okay, so it is a base 10. Why base 10? Because you have 10 different digits. For example, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Total, if you will calculate this, including 0 also, these are different symbols. So we do call them total, the number of symbols that you are using to represent your number system, that will be the base value. So we have total 10 symbols, and that's why we call it base 10, or we also call it decimal. decimal number system. So that means if I'm typing the IP as 10.001, what do you think which number system we are following?
Base 2. Binary.
Okay,
Is
let
it
me.
decimal and binary?
Deci-
Yeah, this is decimal, okay? And yeah, sorry, actually, it was confusing. See, if you are looking at the digits, it will be binary. But all right, let's say this number,
Definitely it is
120.
decimal.
Okay, let's say I will go for 172.16.0.1. Now, what do you think? Which number system it is?
It is again
Still, I
decimal.
guess
Decimal.
Decimal only.
It is decimal, yeah. So now, but if I have to represent each of the dotted value, let's say 172.16.0.1, is it 32? How many bits are there? And why it is called 32-bit IPv4?
because each octet is
Each
8-bit.
each octet contain the 8 bits, so 8 into
Exactly.
4 it is 32.
So for example, we go for these 8 bits from right to left side, and we type like we will go for MSB value, which is called your LSB value, least significant bit, and we go towards MSB value. Okay, so least means where you are starting. So for example, I'm starting my number system. Now let's assume the first one, this 172, this one. I have to represent this 172.16.0.1 in 32 bits now. So let's start with the 172 only. So to start with that, we go for like this. I have to go for 2 exponent 0. Now, what do we mean by 2 exponent 0? Let me type other things, and meanwhile, you can just tell me what do you understand by this?
1
0 or
ma'am.
1.
Yeah.
0 and
2 exponential 0 is 1.
Okay. So if okay, for example,
single digit.
let's stick with some idea. Let's say I say how many digits we are how many bits we are talking about? We are talking about 4 right now. Assume I'm talking about something called 4. 4 into 4 means 16. Let's say I'm saying I want to represent my any IP address with 16 bits. I'm just giving some example. I'm not saying there is any address who is 16 bits. I'm saying let's assume we will take the example first lower bits, then we will go towards the other bits, higher number of bits. Okay. So what will be the value of this one? 2 raised to power 3 is?
8.
Let's,
8. 8.
nice. 2 raised to power 2 is?
4,
4,
2,
2, 1.
And
0.
1. Okay. So now let's say assume everything, whatever I'm typing, it can be represented by these 4 bits. That means 172, I have to represent in 4 bits. Now let's not talk about 172 because it will not be possible with 4 bits. Let's talk about 12. I have to represent this IP. So now if I have to represent this IP, which is written in decimal, what will be the binary of the first one, first part, first octet, we normally say? What will be the binary for 12?
1100.
1100.
Exactly. So it will be
1
1
0
1.
0.
Nice, nice, very good. 1 1 0 0.
00.
And what will be about 15?
1
1 1
1 1 1 1.
1 1
Okay. And what about 0?
0
All
0
0.
0 0.
All 0. Yeah. Is 0. Here it is 0. Here it is also 0. And here it is also 0. Okay. And what about 1?
0 0
0
1.
0
I have a
0
question.
0
0, 0,
0
0, and 1. Okay. So
Yeah.
now idea about LSB and MSB, which is least significant bit and most significant bit is, so that you should understand what you are writing. If you are saying somebody 1100, that guy can understand from this point also. So 1100 can also be 3, representation of 3 also, if you are typing in the reverse order, right? For what I'm saying, if it is in the reverse order, if your LSB is here and if your MSB is here, okay, so if you are saying your LSB is here, that means LSB will be starting with 1 only, right? 1, 2, 4 and 8. So now if I have to type number 3, what will be the IP binary for number 3? Again 1 1 0 and 0. So this is what the mess. Both representation are the same, 12 and number 3. So that is the significant of your MSB and LSB values. So you have to be very clear where your MSB and LSB. So generally your least significant bit, which is the least one, it started with right hand side only. Until date we always use in the left side, right side only. So it is right to left side always. So this is the
Is it a kind of a sender or receiver thing? MSB or LSB, because you are like interchanging the things.
No, I was saying like if we will not be sure about which is LSB and which is LSB, we can have the two different numbers with the same code, but which is not possible. So we know like number 3 is definitely not equal to 12, right? Decimally we know it. So but if you will be messing around with your LSB and MSB, you will be ending up at the same binary code. So that can cause a very huge system losses also. So it is a lack of misconfiguration or misprogramming. Okay, so this is what we represented anything with 12 bits. Now let's assume we have to continue this one with 8 bits. What will happen with those 8 bits? So here again LSB, it will be there only on the right hand side. So over here I'm going to type 2 raised to power 4, and over here I'm going to type 2 raised to power 5, and then 2 raised to power 6, 2 raised to power 7, and let's say 2 raised to power 8 also. How many total bits do we have now?
8.
Is it 8? Can you count them all? So let me have this.
9.
It is 9.
9.
So it is 9, right? So it is violating the rule of 8 bits each. So over here the idea is, because we started with 0, so it will be ending at 7 only, not 8. So this is not the right way, because in computer system we start everything with 0 only, especially in IP addressing. We should be very comfortable, like everything, the first thing will be 0 only. So it is like first bit 2 raised to power 0, then only it has brought you the idea of 1. So similarly 2 raised to power 6 is, you just need to double the value, the previous one. Now it will be 64, and now again you have to double it, it will be 128. So now you should be able to know, like, okay, how many numbers of bits you need so that you can represent that 172 also. How many bits will be needed? So by using 4 bits, is it possible? What will be the maximum number that you can represent in 4 bits?
15.
Yes. So that is 15. But now if you have to represent 172, so minimum how many values we do need? How many number of bits we need?
Total 8.
8 bit.
Means we have to add 172, 128 plus 64
Yeah.
And the value which reaches to 172, we will stop there. So
Yes. So
we can
that
go
means
for
at least we need these place values. So we need 128 so that we can sum up as 172. So anything, one more trick I tell you, if any value is higher than 128, then you have to start adding from these so that it can add more. If you will be adding just 1 to 128, it will be becoming 129. If you are adding 2 there, it will be becoming 130. Similarly, now we have to come up with the idea of 172. So 172 means how many bits we need. I mean, what are the various bits with place value that we have to do now? Switch it on.
128.
1000000.
So it will be 1.
1
Yeah.
Is it 1 or not?
No.
1
0.
0, 0, 0 now. 0.
Here you have 1.
0.
Again.
Again, 1
1.
Hmm.
and 1, 1,
Yeah.
0, 0.
Shagun, we're taking 172, right?
Yeah, 172 will be summing up with what?
So we are making it into binary, converting it to binary, correct?
Yeah. We are converting the decimal number of 172 into binary.
Okay, in that case, 120 should be 1, the 64 should be 1, and the rest will be 0.
But if you will add
Some more.
128 plus 64,
192 it becomes.
it will be 192, not 172.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, it will some more.
28
Yes,
plus
192.
32, 160. 12.
Not 1.
Yeah. 120 is 1, and then 32 is 1, then 8 is 1, and then 2. That is all should be 1. The rest will be 0.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay. So we have to add 128 plus 32 plus 8 plus 4. So these are the place values that will be up. 128,
Yes,
32, 8, 4. That's all. So
Correct.
that will be making it 172. And what about 15?
15 will be
What will be the value over here?
15.
0,
0 0 0 0
0,
1
0,
0.
0, and 1, 1,
0,
1, 1, 1, 1.
0,
1, 1, 1, 1.
1,
Last 4.
1.
Okay. All are on the same page, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And what about 0? It's pretty much very simple. Everything is 0.
It's all 0. All
Yeah.
the 8 bits are 0.
And so this is your 0, and that is also 0, and this is also 0. Then what about 1? Again, very simple. 0.
7, 0, and 1.
Yeah,
Last
except the
array.
LSB width, everything is 0.
0, yeah.
Fine. Okay. So this is what your binary representation of the all those 4, this representation of decimal thing. 172 is this one, and 115 is this one. So total, if you will calculate, these are called 32 bits. So that is why we say IPv4 is called 32-bit representation. This is how it will sum up to 32 bits. So, but normally if you are typing any IP in decimal, it is not 32. So do not get confused over here. 32 will become when you are converting them back into binary. Okay. So now let's assume I have how you would understand which IP is owned by which PC. So how you would sure like 172.15.0.1, it is source IP or destination IP. I mean, if I'm saying 172.15.0.2, But this is not the same guy. This guy is in office 1, in city 1, and also let's say in the same city. So this guy is in different office 2, let's assume in city 2 also. But if you will see these two IPs, they will look exactly the same. Or let me mark it over here in the same city, or maybe in the same office also it is possible. How you would understand which is the LAN user, or whatever the IP you are using, who are your peers, who are your fellows? How you would understand which network you are the part of? So let's say if anyone has to know which friends group they are the part of, how you would understand this?
The help of subnet mask.
By knowing the subnet map.
Depends.
Exactly.
Subnetting.
So we have to have the subnet mask for this one. So subnet mask is represented by many ways. Sometimes, most of the time, let's say I represent it with this slash value. So now the idea is 172.16, not 16, 15.0.1/15. That means now I'm using the subnet mask of 15. This IP is not same as 172.15.0.1/24.
Yeah.
They both are actually the different IPs. So that is the reason we have two IPs can on the private. This is called private range. 172 is the private range IP. These IPs can be differ than each other with respect to subnet mask only. So you have to know which subnet or which network you are the part of. It would be decided by the subnet mask. So subnet mask will be responsible for what?
How many IPs you have in your network?
Yes, you can.
Which network you have means it is in which class you are.
Yeah, let's say we all are the part of
No,
CCNA. Okay, let's say you are the part of CCNA batch. So I would say CCNA Feb batch, and I started on 14th, and person 1. Okay, then CCNA Feb 14th, and person 2, similar like others. So whatever now you can is it relatable? I mean, you can, having gone through these IPs, let's say this is IP only, whatever it is, each individual of you, they can be identifiable if I'll give you this ID. So if you are the person 1, that means you are belonging to my batch. If you are the person 2, you are belonging to this batch. So now the idea is something is common between these all batch or all the LAN users. So this is called your network or group. So you are belonging to the group of CCNA Fab 14. Okay, so in computer networks, that means it will be fixed no matter how many persons or how many participants are there. Whenever they will be getting their IDs, this will be same, this will be common to all. Similarly, when we are talking about IP addressing, something is common between them. So IP address is divided into two parts. One is called network, another one is called your host.
Host ID and network ID.
Okay, network ID and host ID, you can imagine. So according to you, this is what is the example of this one? Is it host or network?
First, can you please
Network.
discuss first
It is network ID.
the classes of IP so that we can understand clearly where it falls, if it is class A, class B, and class C. Here you combine it here. You see, it is slash 24. The subnet is slash 24, but the class, if you will try to look at the 172, it belongs to class B. This is
This is host.
It is class C. It is class C. Yeah, don't worry, we are not going into the details of those. I'm just giving you the terminology. Like this is called subnet mask. We will be covering individual topic in the detailed fashion. So we will be like learning about what are the classes of IP addressing. So idea is it will be too much for today's class. So that's why I'm not going into too details. So we do have classes called A, B, C, D, and E. Out of those, we only use for the traffic or the live traffic, you, me, and all, we use class A, B, C. D is reserved for multicast, and E is reserved for the satellite and other research and R&D. But now the problem is, we don't know what is multicast. So without understanding those terminologies,
Multicast. I know what's multicast. Multicast is something in the network. If you have too much VLANs and you have systems, each system have a requirement and a different protocol. Okay, so you will put multicast because you don't want traffic for your network to be smooth.
yeah, so that is kind of, yeah, good one. So multicast, it is like you are sending something to group of people, so multiple people you are sending the data, so it is called multicast. Okay, so for example, we used to listen that radio or FM is called broadcast. Okay, so because all the people in the city, they can listen whatever somebody is talking in the whosoever is RJ is talking, they can listen that. So that is the example of broadcast. Multicast is the particular information that is being sent from the sender. It is not available to all, it is not meant for all, it is only for few people. That is called multicast. And if I'm talking to one-on-one, let's say I'm taking the interviews for people, so I will be calling each individual person one by one for the interview, face-to-face interview. That will be called unicast. So we do have transmission casting, or we normally call it
Like we use broadless in WhatsApp, right? When
Yeah.
we have to send just a single message to multiple people's,
Yeah.
multiple contacts.
Yeah. So it can be unicast, or it can be multicast, or it can be broadcast.
One question. Can you repeat class D and E for what use?
Class D is for multicast. Okay. So whenever we will be
Okay.
doing the routing protocol, for example, when we will be doing OSPF, it is routing protocol, open shortest path first routing protocol. There, just because the OSPF functionality for OSPF neighbors and all, it has to find what are the neighbors who are also running the same protocol. They use this special kind of class. It is called multicast. Class E is
Okay.
also used by NASA. It is also used by some other vendors. So that is for R&D. It is called for experiment and research and development. For satellite also. Okay. But we will be focusing on these A, B, and C.
Shagun, I just want to clarify on this. I know that this once without the subnet mask, 172.15.0.1 belongs to class B IP, correct?
Yeah.
Now, but now since there is a /24, the subnet mask is /24, so meaning this is class C now?
This one?
Yeah, this one 172.15.0.1 /24.
Okay, let's understand it.
Remove the subnet mask 24. This is belongs to class B, correct?
Yeah.
But then since it is supposed to be the class B subnet mask is 255.255.0.0, correct?
Yes.
Now here it becomes a class C subnet mask.
Yeah.
So meaning this 172 now is a class C IP because of the subnet mask?
Yes, now it will be treated. It will not become, the range will be same one, but it will be treated like a class C. Now, whenever you will be saying it is /24, first 3 octets or first 24 bits, nobody would say it is the part of your host ID. So they only will consider this host ID will be residing in the last octet. So, but if you will be putting it as /16, so that means everyone would understand this is common, this is network ID, and this is host ID. So, but if you will be changing the subnet mask, you are very free to change. You can change the most of the time, let's say for experiment purposes also, we use 10.0.1/24 also.
Yes.
That means it will remain, range will be in class A only, but it will be treated by the connected devices just like as the class C address. So it will behave like class C. You getting my point or not?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because really that is gray in my mind actually. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So I have one question about subnet mask. Do we use subnet mask when we have to, expand our individual IP? Like, if for an example, 170.15.0.1, I belong to this IP particularly, but when I have to individually myself, I have to, expand this IP to like 4 or 5 computers. So then I will use subnet mask. Am I correct?
Yes. So normally what will happen, okay, allow me 1 minute. Let me check whether I'm able to draw something or not over here. If I go here and if I go there. Okay. Is it visible to all of you now?
Yes, yes.
So can you see this little pen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Thank you so much. Actually, this is the first time we are using this one. Most of the time we use Zoom. So I'm very handy over those. Okay, fine. So now let's assume we do have some sort of this is our PC. Okay. I hope Nidhi, are you here or you are already gone?
I'm here.
Okay, Nidhi. So this is dedicated to you, my sweetie. Sorry for because I was not aware of this tool. So I will go for more drawing for you now. Okay. So this is, let's say this is your client, and now you have to, this is something called your gateway. Let's say this gateway can be your router also. This gateway can be your firewall also, but your PC is anyhow connected with this guy. Let's say there is a direct connection between these two. Let's say there is one more PC that is connected with the same one. Okay. So now, and they all are connected through a switch. Let's assume like this. Okay. So they are connected through a switch, and let me just go through. Okay. So if I have a PC and there are some other LAN users and they all are connected through a switch. Okay. So let's say this is, they are connected. Just ignore my drawings. Okay. They are not in a good shape.
Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you. So now the idea is when devices are connected through a switch, switch is a network layer 3 or layer 2 device. You can have a switch which is working on layer 2 or it can be working on layer 3 also. So let's say uh, layer 2, layer 3, do not worry. It is OSI or TCP/IP model reference that I'm talking about. So over here, what will happen if you want to talk to these PC, or let's assume there are multiple other PCs who are connected through this switch also. If you want to broadcast, so every PC will be receiving, every system will be receiving your packet. This is called broadcast. Okay. Why? The reason is you are belonging in the same group. It is like you are sitting in CCNA Feb.14 batch and you are asking me a question. Right now, all people who are listening me also, they are actually in the group. So they are able to listen you. So whatever you are sending, that would be received by all the other users. But now if I'm talking to somebody who is not here on the session, that is I have to reach him or her through internet. So that is on the other side of the globe. So for that, how would I identify? Because this is our PC, we do have common sense, but PCs won't have common sense. They will identify if it is like they are programmed according to if then else condition. So now first of all, what will occur? They will say, so whatever the destination is, if my destination is it visible now?
Visual, ma'am, visual.
Okay, so if your destination is not your own network, okay, so now it has to talk to its gateway. Okay, gateway means gateway is responsible. You can imagine it is the manager of your LAN. So if you are not able to reach a particular destination, you have to reach out to your manager. Ki, sir, I'm not able to locate where is this destination. Can you please show me the way how to reach that? So that is the job of the gateway. So gateway will be deciding like which network you are from and how you have taken the decision that this destination is not in the same network. So that is the idea of subnet mask. Okay. All right. So this is the what the idea is. Why do we need subnet mask? So that you can come to know which network you are and what is your liability, what you can do with the same network, and what will happen if you want to reach out somebody who is not inside your network. So that is the fundamental behind your subnet mask. Okay. Any other question?
Actually, I could not understand the topic, subnet mask.
Okay, don't worry. Subnet mask, it is like, for example, let's take the same example. We are saying all the CCNA Fab 14 batch, they will be having some sort of IDs. They will be having ccna.fab.14. So this will be like, let's say the first three values will be same. So you all will be the part of /3 if I have to decide one sort of addressing for all of you. So that means subnet mask will be decided like what is common between all the local connected networks, or I mean users. How you would decide like you are the part of a particular group, that is based upon a subnet mask. So if there is a person whose ID is ccna.fab.20, that means now you can, just having seen that ID, you would easily come to know that person is not from your batch, that is somebody else. That is idea of /value or subnet mask. Subnet mask will tell you whether the particular user, the whatever your destination is that the part of your own network or not. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if you anyone has any other question, do let me know, because we have too many topics actually. Overall idea will be whenever we will be starting the classes and all, we have
Ma'am,
to.
ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, what will be the flow of this classes? Means what will be the? Can you let me know that what you are going to cover the syllabus and in which way at the time? What is the timetable? So that only I need to know.
Okay, so timing will be, it is 8 to 9
No,
batch,
not the
maybe.
timing of
I'm not sure timing.
timing of the batch. I'm not
Completion.
asking. Yeah, means what will be the flow of the syllabus for CCNA, and
Hmm.
what are the topics you are going to cover in this, and in which way that I need to.
Okay, so that's what actually I was going to say only. Like that was my
Yes.
say. Okay, so first of all, we will be starting about understanding of OSI model. Okay, and everywhere I hardly go through those slides and all. Everything I go for demos only. We will be maybe from the first week onwards only. You will be on your lab. We will understand how this OSI would work and what do you mean by TCP/IP. So this OSI, TCP/IP, that is the part of your syllabus. So this thing is not working properly. And second thing is, now we will be talking about headers. Header means TCP header, IP header. Every header we will have to talk about. Next thing will be your IP classes. Then we have to talk about your NATing, network address translation. we will be learning about how to apply the rules. It is called ACLs. Okay, it is going here and there. Just excuse me. I don't know why it is happening. So access control list or some set of rules we will be going for. Then we have to talk about.
Whatever you are writing, ma'am, it is not visible. Means it is coming way back. Means
Yeah.
after some time.
Something is
There is a
happening.
delay.
It's okay. What I'll be doing, there is a
Uh,
brochure. There is a CCNA brochure available. And if you want, you can ask Gaurav sir. He will be the best person to contact. They will be giving you. So everything is mentioned on the brochure already.
Okay.
Okay.
Means the flow will be that only. Means
And
the
guys,
content of
whatever the
the
content is on the
CCNA will be
Cisco
the same.
websites, we are following the same. Even I'll share the PDF for that particular content.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
So,
In this
with the
session,
question,
we are going to have a surface overview for the what we are going to learn in the classes, right?
so we are not going to study switches or routers or anything here. We are just going to study the mostly the programming part of the session. Is that true?
No, this is not true. I said routing. Number 6 is I have written routing only. So brochure is also, there is no programming. First of all, nothing is called programming in CCNA. We will be talking about routing, switching, and routers, switches, everything, how they will connect each other, wiring. So we are more towards the practical side. There will be no programming involved in CCNA, not at all.
Can I talk here?
Shangun, how about subnetting?
Yeah, subnetting will be the part. IP addressing, netting, subnetting, routing, switching, your IPsec, everything we will cover.
I guess whatever the latest is going on in CCNA brochure, right?
Yes. There is one brochure available. Gaurav sir will share, or maybe he has already marked like the question already.
How much time it needs to complete this course, ma'am?
Gaurav sir?
Guys, it's gonna take around 2 months time.
Daily?
Daily 2 hours batch, is it?
So it's Monday to Friday. Every day it's 9 to 10:30. I can say it's now around 90 minutes class and 2 months course.
And after that, there will be exam from Cisco, or you will be carrying out that examination?
No, we are following the Cisco pattern only. If in case somebody is interested to do a Cisco exam, that is additional if you want to do it. For that, you have to enroll directly with the Cisco for the exam part. Rest training part, we guys are delivering in this.
So, do we have just to enroll ourselves at Cisco website?
Yes, we are gonna help you on that, sir. That how to enroll for the exam and all.
And that is included in this course only, right?
I didn't get your point. Basically, the cost is around $350, which is for the CCNA exam 200-301. Okay. So that cost you have to pay directly to the Cisco.
No. I'm not saying that. We know that we have to pay to the Cisco. That is around $300. But I'm asking that you will be helping us, and after this
Yes.
this course, we will
Yes.
be able to crack that exam, right? And you will be helping to how to go to
I know.
cracking with
I got
the
your point.
point.
So basically, your intent is to crack the CCNA exam. So how to crack and see one thing,
Exactly.
whatever the pattern, whatever the trainings we guys are giving, it's a exam based only. Exam as well as the industry requirements. Okay. Secondly, once you done with the trainings, there are multiple way to crack the things that I cannot disclose here. I'll tell you how to do it.
Exactly. And sir, one more thing that with Vishal sir, I have just discussed in the for registering. He told me in your YouTube videos also. Atul sir said that you will be helping with the communication skills, English
Yes,
speaking
that is
skills and all.
complimentary for everybody, guys. The person who gonna
So
enroll
we
for the
are
course,
yeah.
they're getting access to that.
So how do we we are going to
Yeah, actually,
access
so
that?
you enroll today itself only. So tomorrow, what I'll ask Vishal to connect with you. he can tell you that how to do it, how to
So,
involve in that also. Okay, you don't have to
it's our first class, so so that's why we are like
No,
asking
no,
so
this
many
communication
questions.
batches doesn't mean it's a throughout the year we are running, and it's a basically a interview preparations and all which we are for delivering in that particular session. That is in the morning time. We have, I think, morning and evening time. Whatever the time is there, I'll just convey tomorrow, and whatever the time you are comfortable, you'll join accordingly.
Okay, so Gaurav,
When are
certification
classes
would be
starting
provided on
actually?
your behalf?
Date.
Class is starting from 18th onward.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Somebody
18th,
asked.
18th is Saturday, I guess. This 18th, I
Sorry.
mean Feb.
I think this Friday, the coming Friday. The coming Friday after 2-3 days.
17th, that
17th,
means.
17th,
Yes,
not
correct.
18th.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So it will be only on this Friday, and then from Monday onwards,
Monday, yes,
there will
yes.
be all regular batches.
From Monday, there is a
Okay.
proper regular classes. There is no gap in between.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, guys. Any other question?
So, yeah, so certification would be provided on your behalf, not from Cisco behalf, right? And that we can use in our industry or wherever we will apply, correct?
Yes. But once you're completed with the trainings, you are getting a training completion certificate from Networkings also, which you can tag on LinkedIn also with the unique identify. I can say the ID with the unique ID basically. Even if in case for the training purpose or for that to crack the job, yes, you can show that. Okay. And if in case you need a Cisco exam, of course, you have to give exam for that.
Additionally, okay.
Yeah.
So what is the cost of your course?
The
Because I'm
costing
new
and
to
all,
this.
guys, I'm not familiar with it. So what
Yeah,
I'm just sharing a one WhatsApp number. That is our
yeah, sure.
team number. So you can just contact them. They can help you how to do it. Okay?
Okay. And what is the next batch? Means, sorry, I'm not able to join from 18. That's why.
So I'll tell you, we have 4 batches in a month for CCNA. One is in Hindi and one is on weekend and one is on big day, like in English. So this is the English batch. CCNA Hindi we already started. So there are multiple batches. You will see our schedule page on the website. You can check that what timings and the dates is coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, any other
Hi,
questions?
hi, guys. Hi, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Chetan. Can answer me.
1 minute. Yeah, so do one thing, guys. I already shared one WhatsApp number. Just ping me on this. I'll answer whatever the doubts that you have and whatever the best I can do for this course. Okay, don't worry.
In this course, can we get the basic knowledge on Juniper switches?
Not for the Juniper. What I'll do additionally, if in case you guys are interested to learn Juniper, because we guys are delivering that also, so I'll give you a kind of a complimentary video for the Juniper batch.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks,
Can
guys.
I talk, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi. I just want to say this course is a general course. It will cover all the topics in general to choose which path is suitable for you. That's all, and nice to meet you all. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
My name is Abbas Ramadan, and I just want to say thank you, and I want to leave.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, that's
Thank you.
And sir, one more thing, do we have to connect to the same link on daily basis, or we are going to attend the classes
Tomorrow
on
you guys are
Zoom?
getting a one proper call from the team. They can help you that how to join the classes and all further. It's a public link which we shared with everybody. From this Friday, you're getting a one unique link, and that is there in the portal. Every time you have to follow that particular links. Okay.
And but no, I have already registered and joined the course. And Vishal said that the classes are going to start by today only, that English batch. So that's why I have like joined.
Yeah.
He has
So
shared me the link.
actually, you just check the